This is the 2024 Chevrolet Corvette Z06, the ultimate evolution of the mid-engine C8 platform. With a naturally aspirated flat plane crank V8, the Z06 is the closest thing America's ever built to a European supercar, but at a Corvette price. Yes, you heard that right. Today we get to try a C8 Z06. It's freaking awesome. This one's in rapid blue, and it's got this aggressive front fascia, aggressive hood, looks like a stealth fighter. Moving down the side here, we have 275 tires on the front, 345s on the rear, absolutely huge. You could feel everything underneath you as you drive down the road, for better and for worse. Then on the side here, we have this huge intake, which says Z06 on the side. This is the convertible variant, so obviously the top's down, but that also means, unfortunately, I can't show you the engine bay. It's actually screwed down here. But if I could, you'd see a 5.5 liter flat plane crank V8, the LT6 engine, and this is what we used to create the LT7, which is now in the ZR1, producing over 1,000 horsepower. But in this car, we only have a measly 670 horsepower and 460 foot-pounds of torque. This car is all about chasing red lines, high in the rev range, all the way to 8,600 RPM. Moving down the side here, you can see this aggressive rear end with quad tip exhaust, and this thing sounds incredible. It screams all the way up to 8,600 RPM like it's a freaking motorcycle. Now with that out of the way, let's head inside and take it for a drive. All right, let's set off. 0 to 60s in just 2.6 seconds. It's hard to believe the ZR1 beats that. But I guess that happens when you have two turbos strapped onto the same engine. The LT6 is an animal. Oh man. I've never driven a Ferrari 458, but I can only imagine this is the freaking experience that you would get in that. And I didn't have to pay $300,000 to do it. Well, I didn't have to pay anything. This isn't my car. But still. Man, this thing is fast. This is a car that'll really get you in trouble because it basically eggs you on to go higher and higher in the rev range, and the only way to do that is to keep going faster. The MagneRide suspension in these cars soaks up the bumps beautifully. Although the Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires were on, kind of counteracts it a bit. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but the tires really grip, and you could feel everything on the road, which is amazing when you're really giving it. But when you're just trying to cruise, it's not the most comfortable. Obviously, it's not bad at all. Don't get me wrong; it feels pretty good. But yeah, and obviously over the Michelin Cup tires that go on the Z07 package, these things probably drive like a dream. But yeah, the MagneRide almost softens everything up. Like, it feels like you're kind of sitting on a cloud, a magnetic cloud, I guess. Oh. Jesus. 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds, man. That's what it feels like. MSRP when these were new, they were roughly 105,000 US for the base version, and it went up from there if you wanted the Z07 package. Nowadays they're still fetching pretty much the same, but they've cooled off quite a bit. You know, initially dealers were asking insane markups. Oh, it just bangs off the rev limiter. Oh my god. Yeah, they were asking crazy markups. and it turned a lot of buyers off, but obviously not enough, because they sold like hotcakes. Rightfully so. This car is damn near perfect. Like, I don't know how Chevrolet did this. Obviously, you know, they've been wanting to do a mid-engine for quite some time, but they couldn't really do it. They couldn't bring this Z06 to life until the C8. And the C8 alone, the Stingray, is a marvel in its own right. Being a V8 pushrod, it's basically a muscle car with the engine in the middle and buttoned down to a T. And then this Z06 takes it 2,000 steps further, making it a track weapon. Production numbers, we don't know. If the C7s and the C6s are anything to go by, these won't be insanely rare like the ZR1s. And I'm super glad for that, because I would love to have one of these. If you look at any other rival, you could rival this car against a Porsche 911 Turbo, a Ferrari 296, a Ferrari 458, Ferrari 488. And this thing's a fraction of the cost, almost a quarter of the cost. And now that we're getting into the used market, it's getting even better. Obviously, the interior isn't as nice as a Ferrari or a Porsche, but it's freaking sweet in here. The Z06 is, without a doubt, the most driver-focused car I've ever been in. The entire dashboard is faced towards the driver. If you're sitting in the passenger seat, you kind of feel like you're just along for the ride, which you are. You're just kind of strapped in there and hoping the driver knows what he's doing. Sweet gauges up front, all electronic, shows you everything you need and a lot more. Maybe a little bit too much sometimes. The infotainment's amazing. Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, it syncs up insanely quickly. You still have buttons where you need it, volume control knob, all the climate control down the right side here in the sweet center console. Drive modes, you have many. We were just in sport, we're flipping the track, back down to tour. My mode, you can customize it, and weather, so if you're in the rain, which hopefully you're not driving this car in the rain. The owner of this car loves to keep it in tour because the exhaust, even in tour, is really loud, but when you pop it into sport and track, it just gets next level loud. The steering wheel, very unique. It's a squircle, as they call it, a square circle. You know, I have no complaints with it. At least where your hands sit is extremely comfortable. You know, this is where, when I'm driving, I always have it right here, and it feels great. It feels very premium with this beautifully stitched leather, and then as you go to the top and bottom, you have the carbon fiber and the center stripe right there. This car, finished in rapid blue, has rapid blue interior as well. You know, take of it what you will, but I kind of like it. It looks pretty sweet. Then you have all the other fancy things, cruise control, voice activation, multimedia, a heated steering wheel. I don't know why you'd ever need one of those in this car, but to each their own. Gone are the days of transmission shifters. This car obviously does not come in manual. Like any C8, there's no manual in the mid-engine Corvettes, which is a bummer for sure, but driving this car, honestly, I don't really miss it. And there's heritage with this engine too. It's not really like they just came up with it brand new out in the middle of nowhere. They worked with their C8R racing team to develop the engine. And it shows. This thing is rocket ship fast, and I can only imagine what it would feel like on the track. I know it would be higher than any limits that I could do. Fun fact about this car, it actually has the highest horsepower producing engine, naturally aspirated engine, ever. With the Z06 when it launched, it was a spectacle, and it still is. You know, the ZR1, which is basically taking this and turning it up way harder, they had to go to forced induction. They needed those turbochargers to get any more power out of the engine. But this car is au natural. You'll never get this sound in another car from the United States. With the top down, the sound right behind your head. There's nothing better. There's nothing better than this. Man. It even burbles. Ugh. On the upshifts, the car just punches you in the back. But in a nice way, like in an older brother type of way. Oh man. Wow. Wow. When you put your foot down in this car, it's not even scary. The limits are so high in this car, it's not even possible to reach 50% on the road. That's how great this vehicle is. And this doesn't even have the Z07 package, like I was saying. This isn't even the most aggressive variant. But why would you need that? This is the best of both worlds. You get the touring side and the track side, all in one with a legendary engine. Man, it's gonna be hard comparing every car I drive from here on out to this one, because this is special. There it is, the C8 Z06. Hope you guys had a great time watching. I know I had a great time driving. Please like, comment, subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. This is a really, really small channel and we're trying to grow, so I really appreciate it. Thank you in advance, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye. Using the key fob, we can open the front trunk, just like that. And you have a little bit of storage space up here, not too much, but enough to fit a duffel bag or whatnot. Auto closing gate, and heading to the trunk, let's open that up as well. Quite a bit of space back here, actually. I think you could probably fit a golf bag or maybe two. Not too bad for a supercar. Auto closing on that gate too.